considered active or operational, but which are judged to no longer be required by the respective department. 2. Information relating to the sources of funding for the applications, software, and information technologies identified pursuant to paragraph 1. 3. An identification of the senior official responsible for each such application, software, or information technology. 4. A plan to discontinue use and funding for each such application, software, or information technology. C. Exemption. Any effort substantially similar to that described in subsections A and B, that is being carried out by the Secretary of the Army, Navy, or Air Force as of the date of the enactment of this Act and completed not later 180 days after such date shall be treated as satisfying the requirements under such subsections. D. Report not later than 270 days after the date of the enactment of this Act. The Secretaries of the Army, Navy, and Air Force shall each submit to the Congressional Defense Committees the documentation required under subsection B. Sec. 1523. Update relating to responsibilities of Chief Information Officer. Paragraph 1 of Section 142(b) of Title 10, United States Code, is amended 1. in subparagraphs A, B, and C, by striking, other than with respect to business management, each place it appears, and 2. by amending subparagraph D, to read as follows: D. exercises authority, direction, and control over the activities of the Cybersecurity Directorate, or any successor organization, of the National Security Agency, funded through the Information Systems Security Program. Sec. 1524. Protective Domain Name System within the Department of Defense. A. In general, not later than 120 days after the date of the enactment of this Act, the Secretary of Defense shall ensure each component of the Department of Defense uses a Protective Domain Name System (PDNS) instantiation offered by the Department. B. Exemptions. The Secretary of Defense may exempt a component of the department from using a PDNS instantiation for any reason except with respect to cost or technical application. C. Report to Congress, not later than 150 days after the date of the enactment of this Act. The Secretary of Defense shall submit to the Congressional Defense Committees a report that includes information relating to 1. Each component of the Department of Defense that uses a PDNS instantiation offered by the Department, 2. Each component exempt from using a PDNS instantiation pursuant to subsection B, and 3. Efforts to ensure that each PDNS instantiation offered by the Department connects and shares relevant and timely data. Sec. 1525. Cybersecurity of weapon systems. Section 1640 of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2018, Public Law 115-91, 10 U.S.C. (2224) note is amended by adding at the end the following new subsection: F. Annual reports not later than August 30, 2022, and annually thereafter through 2024. The Secretary of Defense shall provide to the Congressional Defense Committees a report on the work of the program, including information relating to staffing and accomplishments. Sec. 1526. Assessment of Controlled Unclassified Information Program. Section 1648 of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2020, Public Law 116-92, 10 U.S.C. (2224) note is amended 1. In subsection A, by striking February 1, 2020 foot and inserting 180 days after the date of the enactment of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2022, and 2. In subsection B, by amending paragraph 4 to read as follows: 4. Definitions for Controlled Unclassified Information, CUI, and for Official Use Only, FOUO, policies regarding protecting information designated as either of such, and an explanation of the DoD CUI program and Department of Defense compliance with the responsibilities specified in Department of Defense Instruction, DoD 5200. (48) Controlled Unclassified Information, CUI, including the following: A. The extent to which the Department of Defense is identifying whether information is CUI via a contracting vehicle and marking documents, material, and media containing such information in a clear and consistent manner. B. Recommended regulatory or policy changes to ensure consistency and clarity in CUI identification and marking requirements. C. Circumstances under which commercial information is considered CUI, and any impacts to the commercial supply chain associated with security and marking requirements pursuant to this paragraph. D. Benefits and drawbacks of requiring all CUI to be marked with a unique CUI legend, versus requiring that all data marked with an appropriate restricted legend be handled as CUI. E. The extent to which the Department of Defense clearly delineates federal contract information, FCI, from CUI. F. Examples or scenarios to illustrate information that is and is not CUI. Sec. 1527. Cyber data management. A. In general. The Commander of United States Cyber Command and the Secretaries of the Military Departments, in coordination with the Principal Cyber Advisor to the Secretary, the Chief Information Officer and the Chief Data Officer of the Department of Defense, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, shall 1. Access, acquire, and use mission-relevant data to support offensive cyber, defensive cyber, and DoD operations from the intelligence community, other elements of the Department of Defense, and the private sector. 2. Develop policy, processes, and operating procedures governing the access, ingest, structure, storage, analysis, and combination of mission-relevant data, including a. Intelligence data, b. Internet traffic, topology, and activity data, c. Cyber threat information. D. Department of Defense Information Network Sensor, Tool, Routing Infrastructure, and Endpoint Data, and E. Other data management and analytic platforms pertinent to United States Cyber Command missions that align with the principles of Joint All-Domain Command and Control. 3. Pilot efforts to develop operational workflows and tactics, techniques, and procedures for the operational use of mission-relevant data by the cyberspace operations forces, and 4. Evaluate data management platforms used to carry out paragraphs 1, 2, and 3, to ensure such platforms operate consistently with the Deputy Secretary of Defense's data decree signed on May 5, 2021. B. Roles and responsibilities. 1. In general. Not later than 270 days